Hey, folks, welcome to 30 and 5 here on 560WIND.com. I'm your congenial host, Mike North. Hope everybody had a great Easter, getting ready for this week, but we got to talk about what happened yesterday. Really, when you stop and think about it, it's our Master Special with a little Ozzie Guillen thrown in, if you will. I think we'll start off with Ozzie Guillen, though, because it is news. Ozzie Guillen in Time Magazine saying that he thinks Fidel Castro's a great guy, and he can't believe that the guy's been in power 60 years and something to the effect, good for him, and all that. Ozzie Guillen is the manager of the Miami Marlins. Let's go over this again. Miami is filled. There's a huge area in Miami called Little Havana. It's made up of Cubans, Cuban defectors. In fact, most of Miami is Cuban and Hispanic and whatever. Ozzie Guillen, who has in the past said Hugo Chavez is a great guy. Ozzie's a leftist. He loves Fidel Castro, loves Hugo Chavez, okay? And basically brags about it, says he gets drunk after games until he passes out and then gets up the next day and does it all over again. And I had said this. I said he wouldn't last 2 years in Miami because Reinsdorf's not watching his back. The Marlins put out a statement. There is nothing great or good about this brutal dictator. Here's what he did. And this, after the Masters is over, after the Petrino stuff is over with, guess what's going to happen? The Time Magazine article with Ozzie Guillen. And Miami's up in arms from what I'm understanding right now. The people of Miami don't like the fact that they've had people that have been killed, wounded, injured, have lived under a dictatorship. Some had to leave. Some lost family members. Some had friends that died. There's people that go back 60 years that remember 70 years to remember how Havana was before Castro took over. Just a bad deal for Ozzie Guillen. Why would you open your mouth and say something like that? It only tells me you don't understand where you're at and what you're into. But the White Sox have to be chuckling right now. This is why we got rid of him. We got a boring manager that we're going to lose 95 games with. So enjoy that. Ozzie was great. We won a World Series with him. But this is proof positive that he had to go. And like I said, without a guy or without management, they already went against him saying he's brutal. And can you imagine they're trying to sell tickets there? Now, the big story, the positive story today, Bubba Watson. I thought the Masters was fantastic. I would love to see the Masters telecast tell you more about the players. If you don't watch at certain points, you didn't know Bubba Watson's married to a 6'4" former basketball player from the University of Georgia. If you don't watch every minute, you don't know that Bubba Watson's name is Jerry Watson. If you don't watch, you don't hear, you don't know that Bubba Watson's father taught him how to play golf, and he's never taken a lesson in his life. Here's another thing. Mike Weir won the Masters back in the 90s. I told my wife, I go, BB, this Mike Weir, this Canadian kid, look at this guy. He is going to be hell on wheels. That's Mike Weir's career. It's still fine. Hasn't been back for the most part. He's won a few things here and there. Bubba Watson's won 5 tournaments, in 3 years. He was on the nationwide tour, everything else, but he's won 5 tournaments in his last 3-4 years. Before that, dry spell, all that. But he may never win again. He's 33. He's the most imaginary guy on the course. He knows how to get it done. Well, if he knows how to get it done, how come at 33, this is his first major? I happen to think he'll win again, but then again, I may be wrong, just like everybody was about Tiger Woods. Bubba Watson is a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air after the Tiger Woods situation. Feel-good story, adopts a baby with his wife. She's not there. The mother's trying to hug him. The caddy won't let go of him. All his friends, buddies on the tour. When do you see that? Tiger turns around now. His mama's gone. His daddy's dead. His wife is gone. His caddies, all the guys that were with him, Fluff McGowan, Steve Williams, gone. He turns around, he sees his buddy, and his buddy's going, I don't know what to do. He's alone. He's alone, and he won't be back. He won't be back. I heard somebody say he's got 40 more majors left in him because he could play the next 10 years at 4 a year. Okay, so he ain't going to win 5. Did you watch him this week? It was horrible. That doesn't mean he can't bounce back because a lot of guys golf bad. Rory, Luke Donald. Luke Donald's the worst number 1 golfer of all time. Never won a major, but he's number 1. You figure that out. That's even crazier scoring than NASCAR. Hey, today it's going to be beautiful out. By the way, Bulls lost, ouch. Sox lost, ouch, but the Cubs won. Check out the weather around your area. Thanks for listening to 30 and 5 on 560WIND.com. Flood Brothers Disposal and Recycling Services are professional waste haulers. Now, the Flood family is big on service. It's our number 1 priority, and we offer extremely competitive pricing because the Flood family is here to help you in this tough economy. Remember, at Flood Brothers, we build relationships, and the only thing we're big on is service. Call us at 773-626-5800 or floodbrothersdisposal.com.